Richard, that's an interesting movie. I was really wondering how this session is going to be done. So it was an interview. Watching this one, I wish in your head you really wish this person actually survived and did go on to live a happy life, because when you listen to his interview you feel sad because he really sound very disturbed, his childhood, him the what he lost. So talking about the movie, I thought it was a very interesting approach, Richard. Thank you so much. It was unique, but I really should applaud for the use of the mask. I thought it was very well done mask, and it really helped with concealing Michael Jackson, hence giving us a more of a opportunity to listen to what was going on, rather than trying to say, hey, this guy doesn't look like Michael Jackson or something like that. And the second thing is, it was really a more symbolic, because Michael did wear a mask on his whole life, through his whole life. Therefore it was just to remind that fact, he was a person who wore a mask his whole life, unfortunately. But the one thing for sure is, this whole thing reminded me of was finding that thing that you really can get yourself lost in while you act on it. That is how I think you can become the greatest. I think if we all can find that one thing that speaks to us, the way it spoke, music and performance spoke to Michael, I think we would all will really do wonderfully. It's difficult to find that one, but I hope one day, sooner rather than later, I will be able to find that for me. And to all of you, I think it would have been a wonderful thing, because that is when you feel like you haven't worked a day in your life, but you have been living your dream. Seriously.
He said the film is set in the year 2023 in an alternate reality where Michael Jackson is still alive. By the way, I really enjoyed the reaction video you made of the song Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers. Love Unchained Melody. Listen to it almost every other day. So yes, big thank you to Richard for supporting my channel and liking my work. That was beautiful, and the person who acted Michael Jackson is so beautiful. He really tried. I did not know that much about Michael Jackson until today. But yeah, I learned a lot from that video. I learned a ton. That was so good. That was that was so good. It didn't even feel like 73 minutes. Overall, that was really nice. I enjoyed it, and he lived a sad life, like regardless of the fame or the money, the music. It was quite sad, like especially towards the end. People were saying horrible things about him, but such is life. You put yourself out there, you put yourself, people's eyes. People feel as if they're entitled to say whatever they want about your life, say whatever whatever they want, basically, which is horrible.
The Michael Jackson Magical Moon Tour. I learned a lot of stuff about MJ and his history that I didn't know. One of the coolest parts was I didn't know they had a variety show. I didn't know about none of that, but just to see, like, in perspective of Michael Jackson, if he lived right now, and the stuff he would give, the wisdom and the stories he would have, man, it really makes you think. Richard Brunn, my man, Mister, you did a beautiful job on this documentary. Wonderful production. Interesting from top to bottom, man. Shout outs to you, man. It's your boy HBK Tris, man.
Now I know, okay? Now I know, like, just from watching this video, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot of different information, like, actually I learned a lot, okay? I honestly learned a lot. Also, I like how, like, it was put together with the little clips and stuff like that. How they put, like, little clips of music videos, interviews, just little things like that. But yeah, I really was so locked in. I don't think I paused as much as I usually do pause while doing reaction videos, because I was honestly so locked in. Like, yeah, I was really locked in.
But in the end, it was different. It wasn't what I was expecting. I knew it was like an interview based type of video, but I was expecting it to be more of what happened in the last 15, 20 years versus a biography. Granted, I understand a lot of interviews, they will talk about your past, but the first 30, 40 minutes was about stuff that we already knew. And I feel like Aaron, if he was still here in today's world, I don't think that part would have existed. But this was different.
It was actually such an interesting concept. I'm so glad I actually checked that out. I was very much engrossed, very much enjoyed it. I feel like regardless of what you think about Michael Jackson, like say whatever you want, he brought a lot of joy to people's lives, and he probably helped a lot of people through his music and his performances. And yeah, I mean, it's sad how things kind of happened and all the struggles that he had and all the plots against him, all the people that are trying to bring him down. But when you think about how influential he was as a person, you know, he made a massive, massive impact, you know, breaking the Guinness World Record and just like, I mean, being included in the Guinness Book of Records and, you know, winning all these Grammys, all these awards, like literally everybody knows who he is, you know what I mean? And that is something that no one will ever be able to take away from Michael Jackson. I feel like this was a very interesting insight into his life, and I learned a lot of things that I didn't know.
The one thing that I kind of took away from this was the man did not break character at all. At all. Like I was waiting for it to happen, and it never really happened. He really kind of just went through the whole interview as Michael Jackson. So that was interesting. So it really felt like you were kind of talking to Michael here. I honestly think that you achieved that.
And then I also agree with what Brolic said. You know, it definitely the actor was pretty good with the voice there.
Yep.
You know, a couple times here and there cracked, but I can't do a Michael voice, so who am I to judge? So that was pretty good, and it did feel like at times, you know, we kind of were talking to Michael here, because it's like I don't know if it was the questions per se, because even some of his answers, he just kept saying like the same shit, like love, God, light,
Yeah.
happiness,
Children.
which I get, but it's just like, come on, yo. If that's the only response he gonna give, then we should just wrap this up. Cause like even his last fucking shit was everybody of all nationalities, race, I love you. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. We get it, Mike. We love you too, Mike. Like, especially with something like Michael Jackson. Like you're gonna get hate just for simple shit, like your actor's fucking not black or some bullshit like that. Like I'm pretty sure you're gonna get stuff like that.
But man, what a ride, man. We wasn't expecting this, to be honest. Wasn't expecting this type of this documentary.
Okay, so yeah, first thing I wanted to do was look up what the red square was, because I noticed that in the first scene where, you know, we had three parts, right? And they gradually, like, we were going from here to the moon, from the moon to outer space to eternity. So like you kind of go further out. Anyway, but yeah, in the beginning when they had the red square, I was like, what does that mean? So I just looked it up, and it looks like it was a symbol of student movement in Quebec, which is where this was filmed, no? About to protest rising tuition fees and student debt. So interesting. But yeah, this was really an interesting take on, like, yeah, putting together throughout all his different media that's been put out, a interview to kind of go over how he felt about different things. And yes, also like if he were to still be alive, how would it go? But also just like how much time will it take to condense that knowledge, go through all those interviews to get his answers, so that when you remake it, like, I don't know if how they did the voice. Again, is it just someone that sounds like him and studied his intonation and everything so that when you created the script, you can do that? Or, because I don't know, I'm trying to think, was there AI that could do that back then? I know it's only like, what, 4 or 5 years ago, but still, wow.
We just got finished watching the Michael Jackson Magical Moon Tour. And oh girl, highlight of the film. Like I said, I did learn some things about Michael Jackson I didn't know. Like I didn't know they had a cartoon. I didn't know they had to change their name to the Jacksons. Um, there's a couple other things in there he said that I didn't know. Um, I don't care what they say. The motherfuckers did not have real motherfucking gangsters in there. They did not have real gang members. Don't care. You're not gonna sell it to me. Don't care. They might have told him that. He might really thought that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he was sheltered. He might not really knew. But ain't no gangsters gonna be busting out doing this shit in a Michael Jackson video. I don't give a fuck. Thugs ain't doing that. I don't care. Ain't no real thug doing goddamn Michael Jackson dance. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what they tell me. They might have told him it was some motherfucking gangsters. They wasn't. Nah. Nah.
Yeah, he really went through a lot and he never really got a chance to defend himself so much. So this interview is like a chance, you know, to get into the mind of Michael Jackson. Thank you so much for watching. Looking forward to reading your comments. Until next time. Love you guys.